tried to end the call. For some reason I just gotta be the boss. Yeah, I tried to swallow my pride. I tried to end the call. Yeah, for some reason I just gotta be the boss. Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. Yeah, we on it. Yeah, we out here. We out here. My mind is posted and shielded from acid thoughts that's corrosive. You break the cycle, you know it. The ops will blow like explosives. I fill my tank up with quality, baby. I'm built to outlast. Niggas don't pay attention, that's why you stuck with your broke ass. Beat after beat, I be killing speakers, banging the block. Cooling with cousins, the corner cold, we stay ready for cops. Light up the L from the homie Larry, I'm lit and I'm locked in. Cashing out these checks so I can live off the dividend. High times can come after low tides. Riding under moonlight, it shine on my new ride. Ignore the call from this bad little bitty, cause the nigga kinda in his mode right now. Maybe later on when my tank touch E, I can get up in your body, make it come fall down your back for the first time. It's been a little minute, my nigga, I guarantee I won't deny that. A lot of shit going on in the world right now, but you gotta just search where your soul at. Anyways, I came through smooth like a light, diamond in the back, pump for the middle with a map. Tryna do it big for the cap, even if a nigga ain't here, already know where my heart's at. I tried to swallow my pride. I tried to end the call. For some reason I just gotta be the boss. Yeah, I tried to swallow my pride. I tried to end the call. Yeah, for some reason I just gotta be the boss. Hold up.
All right. Why do you ask that whenever you do a countdown? That's so dumb. you're like, I'm gonna count down now, and then every single time, are we on?
Hosted an episode. Um, I'm Lok7. I got here Cozy Beluga and Ham Solo, and we're about to get into it. But before we do that, Ham, how are you feeling today?
I'm super under the weather and tired, and I definitely don't want to see your face, but I have to right now.
The
Who wants
things
to
we
see
do,
Loke's face?
the
His
things
cute
we do
little
for that
cheeks like a
paper.
little bitty baby.
Oh, okay, Ham. What have you been playing this past week?
I beat Uncharted 1 about 20%, 25% into Uncharted 2. I've been playing some Mass Effect 2. That game's fantastic, really fun.
You finished
It's
Mass Effect 1, correct?
yeah, I did,
Okay.
and it was okay. It got really good towards the end, but yeah, it was not near as good as 2. 2 to me is it just feels better.
Who
Yeah.
is
The general
no?
consensus about around people that have played, is that 2 is the peak of Mass Effect.
It's not like 3 was bad. It's just like 2 was
It was
just
better.
2
No
was
spoilers.
just such a piece of art by itself as a game. Like I played 2 a lot. Like I've played through all of them several times, but 2 I can just go back to because it's just a solid experience.
All right. So on that note, Cozy, how are you feeling today?
I am doing great. I don't know why I did that. I don't know. Pretend that didn't happen. I'm pretending that didn't happen.
We're live.
Okay.
We're live.
Because that was like
definitely
one
happened.
of those like I'm
Definitely
actually
happened.
so last week I was still on the mend. Because
Okay.
I was sick the week that for like a bit, for like 5 days. But today I guess it's because I've been inside. I haven't been doing much, but it also is because I'm feeling really great and the weekend is here and it's like yes, everything's lining up. Did you ask me what I've been playing?
Go ahead. Tell us.
Because I was trying to get some achievements for like Microsoft Rewards. I started playing that
Don't get me
game,
started on Microsoft Rewards.
Omno
Yeah.
or whatever, however you say it, OMNO. And I ended up just kind of falling in love with it. If any of you've played Journey, it's kind of an experience like that, where it's like not like action packed, whatever. It's kind of like light puzzly sort of thing, atmospheric, but it's just like a beautiful kind of experience.
Okay. Myself, I'm doing fantastic.
Who cares?
Just had whatever, man. I'm still playing Yakuza 4. My heart is going to be broken on Monday because I have to go on a work trip and I can't take either one of my consoles. So no Xbox, no PlayStation for the next 2 weeks. So you could call me an Xbox ambassador for the next 2 weeks.
Oh my god.
Where are you traveling?
Well, someone got it finally. Jeez. Okay. You guys ready to kick it on? To kick in?
Yeah.
All right, Ham.
Wait, where are you traveling?
Have some coffee. I'm going to another province. Actually, I'm going to 2 provinces.
You guys have provinces.
Yeah. States is in the United States. Everyone else on the
Not
planet
everyone else's provinces.
calls them provinces.
Not
So
everyone else.
I'm going to 2 different provinces. The first one is called Tete. I'm going by plane. It's over it's almost 2,000 kilometers. I don't know how much that is in miles.
Or like 15.
And then I'm going with the company car to the next province, which is right next to it. It's called Manica. And then I'm flying
What?
back.
Whoa.
Manica.
Whoa, stop saying that.
Excuse me?
What did you just call me?
Fuck off. Come on, you guys. Dude, just Google it, okay? Manica. It's a real place. Manica.
Oh, dude,
it's not what
stop.
you guys-
I'm uncomfortable. That's 3 times.
Whatever, man. Whatever. Cancel me for saying that I live in a place that's in my country. Buzz off. The world is not America, okay?
By the way, Mexico has states.
Mexico, you know what? This is controversial, I think, but I think the US should just annex Mexico and Canada. You guys might as well just
Excuse
make it one
me, I
country.
think Mexico and Canada might disagree with that.
And it's their right to do it. I'm just giving my opinion on what I think should happen or will happen eventually. Just put us all out of our
I mean,
misery
it's
and
not like they
just
didn't take part of Mexico.
exactly. Thank you. Or Mexico should annex the US, whichever one you want. Just put it all together. It just fits, you know?
So
Um,
that just the great North American continent.
yeah, just do that. Just do that. You already have that what's it called? The agreement between Mexico, the US and Canada. I'm forgetting the name. There's a name for it. There is
Is that
a
NATO?
name.
No?
No, it's not NATO. Is it the
I don't know.
transatlantic?
And
You should know. You guys live there. Anyways,
I didn't do a thing. Do I look like I'm a part of whatever?
all right. Let me get the timeout before Ham just closes this damn thing.
So I
Oh
also
my
admit
God.
I had like 3 cups of coffee.
Do
Full
you wanna
disclosure.
offer Ham 3 cups of coffee? Is that the plan?
It's coffee from Nicaragua. It's pretty good.
Right. And on that note, let's get into it. Ham, Cozy, the big one.
Yes.
It's finally coming next week. PS Plus announced. PS Plus Premium games announced. Just a quick reminder: it's coming in June this year for first world countries, and then the rest of the world, Sony will figure out eventually.
Aren't you guys just not getting the super high tier?
What? Mozambique?
Yeah. Won't you just
No,
get
no,
like
no.
the lesser tiers?
Oh yeah.
Not the download tier?
Yeah. I'm actually shocked they made it available for Africa because they don't believe we exist besides South Africa. But anyway, that's like a side point. Ham is gonna
That's
freaking kill
because
me.
you all never mind. That'd be really offensive. I'm not gonna say it.
Okay, so here's a couple of games that are coming. Notable games, of course. I'm gonna be skipping through the fodder. Bloodborne, Days Gone, Death Stranding, and Death Stranding Director's Cut. Demon Souls, Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut, God of War, Horizon Zero Dawn, Infamous First Light, Infamous Second Son, Marvel Spider-Man, Marvel's Black Spider-Man, Returnal,
Marvel's Black Spider-Man. I'm pretty sure that's not what it's called, bud.
Shadow. Everybody knows that's what it is. Shadow of the Colossus, The Last Guardian, Last of Us Remastered, Last of Us Left Behind, Until Dawn, Uncharted, the Nathan Drake Collection, Uncharted 4, A Thief's End, Uncharted, The Lost Legacy. Okay, so those are first-party PS4 games. Moving on to third-party PS4 games, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, the Grindfest, Control Ultimate Edition, Dead Cells, Final Fantasy 15 Royal Edition, Hollow Knight, Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, Mortal Kombat 11, NBA 2K22, Outer Wilds, Red Dead Redemption 2, Resident Evil, Soul Calibur 6, and The Crew 2. Whew, here we go.
Oh, yeah.
Classic games catalog. So we're talking about original PlayStation and PSP games. We've got Ape Escape, Siphon Filter, Super Stardust Portable. Third-party games, we've got Tekken 2, classic fighter right there, and Mr. Driller. Moving on, classic games catalog, remasters. We've got Dark Cloud 2, Jack 3, Jack 2, Jack X, Jack and Dexter, the precursor legacy. So basically, anyone that's never played Jack, jump in. Um, Third party partners, we've got Bioshock Remastered, Borderlands The Handsome Collection, Bulletstorm, oh, great game, Full Clip Edition, excuse me, Kingdoms of Amalur Re-Reckoning, and Lego Harry Potter Collection. Whew, moving on to the PS3 games.
Oh my God,
Yeah, man.
you're doing,
Yeah.
you're doing a sermon right now.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. PlayStation Studio aim. PlayStation Studio games for PS3. We've got Demon Souls, Infamous, Infamous 2, Infamous Festival of Blood, Motorstorm Apocalypse, Motorstorm RC, all the Ratchet and Clank games. There's like 5, so I'm not even gonna mention them. Resistance 3, third party partners, Asura's Wrath, fantastic game. Castlevania, Lords of Shadow, Devil May Cry HD Collection. Ham is going through that at the moment. Enslaved Odyssey to the West, Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2, and Red Dead Redemption Undead Nightmare. Sony also confirms that PS Plus games will continue to see new games added on the first Tuesday of every month while introducing a new monthly refresh. Amen. So, Cozy, tell us, what do you think about that list? Oh, so sorry, before you go in, Cozy, add Stankmore's in. First, as usual, welcome, buddy, welcome. Stankmore says, "What's up, everybody?" Black Spider-Man laughing my ass off. You know I'm right. You know it.
Steak more.
All right, Cozy, go.
Sounds like a great service. So as someone who's had it for a long time, who won't be continuing to subscribe to it. It's not great for the price. Doesn't really offer a whole lot of what I want, except I'm more interested as the top tier, but I'm not interested at the price that the top tier is being offered at. So I'm just going to unsubscribe, and if I see anything interesting, I might subscribe for a month here or there. But it was basically worth it for like the $45 to $60 I would spend once they lowered the price. But it's not really worth it for more than that to me, because I don't really like I've either have them elsewhere, or don't really like a lot of the games they have shown to offer.
Oh man.
But it's a great service.
Talk about a negative Nelly. After all of that, after everything I just said, and you come and just pour cold water on it. Wow. PlayStation hate in the chat. Ham.
No! It's not that I wait, you're not talking about me, are you? Not hating me.
Yeah, I'm talking about you.
I'm not hating. It's like I don't think it's a bad service. It's just not. It's like I can't think of a game on there that I don't already have that I care about. Basically, just a bunch of games. I'm like, I already have that.
What about the classic games? What about, you don't care about the PS2 games, the PS3 games, the PS games? You don't care?
So they haven't really. So there are very few PS3 games that I can think of that I'm like, I'd replay that that I don't already have access to.
That's why I started my question with PS2 and PS1 games. Everyone knows the PS3
I
generation.
don't want to go back to PS. I have very little nostalgia for the hideous graphics of the PS1 and PS.
But you play pixel games today. Pixel games that just launched.
They're not bad poly graphics.
They're pixels. You can't take like a pixel game today and it looks better than freaking Spyro.
It does. It's about like the limitations. They were doing that sort of thing because that's like, it was cutting edge back then. As opposed to like the pixel style nowadays is like, more about like the art choice and stuff like that. It looks a lot. I don't want to go back to the low poly age. I'm not interested in it.
Prefer sprites to good art. Okay. Ham, go ahead.
All right,
Quite the time.
this feels like this just feels like I'm not really ready to hop right into it. Like the old games look pretty good. They have some really good games on there that I'd like to play, but I just don't see it as almost $20 good when I don't even get any day and date games at all. Like,
Dang.
well, come on now. Like, I'm paying more for a service to play old games. Like, come on, man. Like, why would the top tier be that? But maybe the middle tier. I'd maybe be okay with the middle tier. Just, I mean, as I said previously, I missed out on the PS3 and PS4 generation. I'm working on that backlog with my PS3 right now. And, it'd be pretty cool to have some PS4 games. I mean, to be honest, with me owning
I did
a
mention lots
PlayStation
of
2,
PS4 games.
yeah, you
No,
did.
I'm saying
But
I did mention lots of PS4 games.
you might have. But what I'm trying to say is I have a PS3. I have a PS2. This isn't that appealing.
Damn.
Well, I mean,
Watch them not have 3D dot game heroes either.
I mean, I'm wondering how, like, because they said they got this whole team to work on backwards compatible games, right? So
Okay.
I'm wondering what kind of detail they're going to put in it, how good it's going to look, or if they're just like trying to get it just a port and then don't touch it, don't touch it.
Yeah, I think they're working more on just making it playable. And there's a rumor that they're going to add trophies to like 50% or 60% of the games. So that'll be a plus.
Trophies won't drive me to pay an extra $3, $4, $5 for a service, and demos. Just no, dude. Like it could.
You guys got that demo
There might
stuff
be
again.
there might be a time where
Oh,
I'm like,
man.
hey, let me throw down a little bit of extra money and try this out for a month and see what it's all about. I'll probably
Dude.
do that, but
You were keeping
but
that
in that-
demos one in the pocket, weren't you? You were waiting to just whip that out.
sure, I guess. I mean,
Like we're not even
why
discussing demos right now.
why would I have to even? I don't know. I'm not using it for anything particularly other than it's just kind of weird that the top tier has old games and demos. It's just not what you would expect. Like usually you'd see that stuff in the early tiers because it's like, let's get you on in here. We got fresh. You gotta unmute your mic, girl.
Sorry. The top tier has streaming only too, and I mean, I guess that's probably not going to be as popular. But the thing you have to remember, so I can tell you a lot of the bad things about the streaming only. The big one would be that you can't get DLC for the streaming only games. What you get is what you get. You're not getting that was like the bad part about them. So you'd have these games and you're just like, oh great, like you'd be like, oh yeah, this game has so much like they have games on there, like for example, Fallout without DLC or anything. And it was like, yeah, there's no way to get it. You just so I'm curious to see what happens with that tier, but I understand why, because they expect that streaming to probably not be as attractive, especially since they can't put the streaming everywhere. So they're not going to want to make that the middle tier.
Yeah.
I just feel like it's ass backwards though.
Hold on, Ham. Hold on. At J Rock says, hi J Rock, welcome. He says, what's the incentive for those that purchase those games day and date when they released? Stankmore says, I can't even front. Siphon Filter didn't age well. Okay, so let's address J Rock's question here. What's the incentives for those that purchase those games day and date when they're released? Ham, go.
What's the incentive that they get to play it?
Yes.
Right now. That's the incentive.
But they already purchased the game. So he's arguing that the PS Plus premium service doesn't have that much value because most PlayStation owners have bought most of
a lot
the
of
big
these games
on the exactly. So what's the incentive?
Well,
Most haven't.
Well, I was gonna say let's hold on with that statement a little bit because, I mean, it's still in really high demand and can't get out very much. So there's still a lot of people that are waiting to play Miles Morales, that are waiting to play some of these PS5 games like Ghost of Tsushima, Death Stranding, and stuff like that. But I do
still
see,
haven't played Ghost of Tsushima.
I do see what he's saying because because these are multi-platform games, so you'd probably have bought it, and if you can upgrade just by throwing the disc in, what this is kind of maybe saving you is that $10 upgrade. But then you're spending money on the service. So I feel like this is only good to me if you just pay all of it up front. This service is only beneficial to me if you pay that $120 right now. Just go on ahead and take the shot,
and you're done.
And you're just done. Yeah, or else I don't see you. I see a lot of people constantly being like, I just paid another $15, but it's just not good. But if you just paid it all up front, you could just be done with it and just kind of be free of that thought process and just try your best to enjoy it.
Okay, Cozy?
But I think it doesn't cost that much. I mean, but the other thing to think about is a lot of people haven't bought these games. You're saying like, oh, what's the incentive? But think about it. Like a game sells 20 million. That sounds great and all, but it's
the
not
install
everyone.
base is 100 million.
So it might attract a lot of people who would probably never buy these games, but they'll submit to a service where the games are under it.
Fair point. Ed Stackmore says something that I just have to agree. He says that the Siphon Filter didn't age well. That's true. Siphon Filter was very fun, but today it looks kind of rough. It could do with a remake. Personally, I think Fear Effect is one of the games that aged tremendously well. I mean, if you remove the Metal Gear Solid games, which are like top tier games, I think I think Fear Effect aged very well. Okay, let's move on.
Mid Gear Solid.
Whatever, dog. Whatever. You're not gonna get to me today. I know you're having a shittier day than me, so I'm good.
Oh, I'm 100% having a shittier day. I'm so fucking tired. And
all right then. That's a dub for me. Here we go. Ubisoft Plus joins PlayStation Premium. Ubisoft Plus, and I quote, Ubisoft Plus is coming to PlayStation as a new service called Ubisoft Plus Classics. It will be included as a part of PlayStation Plus Extra and PlayStation Plus Premium. Okay.
Hey,
sorry,
time out
before
real
I carry on.
Time out real quick.
Wait.
No, I'm telling you to wait. Gotcha.
Right.
But anyways,
well,
what's funny to me about this subject is how many people are championing this. But just not that long ago when they were talking about it going to Game Pass and, what's Xbox's next acquisition before the whole Activision thing went down. And, oh man, we got Rainbow Six Extraction. Ubisoft is trash, I thought. Right? But as soon as it hits PlayStation, it is banging. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I find that so
ironic. Remember, they used to call the Xbox the online machine. Like, there's no single player games, so it's just the online machine.
Right.
And now
DRM machine.
About Siege.
Say that
I heard it was called DRM machine as well.
Go ahead,
I don't think the Ubisoft thing, for me, I'm like, it doesn't sweeten the deal. I know I've said this before. I don't like it. I can't think of the only Ubisoft game I think I've liked in like the last like 5 or so years was Mario Rabbids.
Before you finish your thought, Cozy. Before you finish your thought, let me finish the article and the list of games that will be added. Ubisoft Plus is coming to PlayStation as a new service called Ubisoft Plus Classics. It will be included as a part of PlayStation Plus Extra and PlayStation Plus Premium, and will come with the standard edition of select Ubisoft titles. Ubisoft Plus members get access to Ultimate Edition of all Ubisoft games on release. So Ubisoft Plus Classics looks like a tier below that. At launch, users can play Here goes: Assassin's Creed Valhalla, For Honor, The Crew 2, Child of Light, side scroller trash,
Oh
Eagle
my god.
Flight, Far Cry
You're a
3
dick.
Blood Dragon, Far Cry 3 Remaster, Far Cry 4 Legendary Fishing, Risk, Urban Assault, South Park The Fractured Butthole, great game, South Park The Stick of Truth, another great game, Space Junkies, Star Trek Bridge Crew, okay, Starlink, Battle for Atlas, Steep, The Crew, The Division, Trackmania Turbo, Transference, Trials Fusion, Trials of the Blood Dragon, Trials Rising, Valiant Hearts, The Great War, another side scroller, Watch Dogs, Werewolves Within, and Zombie. So, Cozy, please, after hearing all those games and these fantastic Game of the Year contenders coming from Ubisoft Plus, please
No.
restate your
No,
point.
no, nope, nope. Okay, so I don't think Ubisoft games are bad. I think Ubisoft games are good if you like Ubisoft games. But that puts me into the I'm not like if you tell me oh Ubisoft makes another game, I'm just gonna be like okay, it's whatever, I don't care. I think at least for me, like with EA has two crucial things
No, don't do it.
that
Don't
make
do
it
it,
worth
Cozy.
it way better.
He
Number
said,
one,
do not do it,
Mass
son.
Effect.
Oh my god.
Mass Effect. I
She
would
about to
trade
do it.
all of any Ubisoft property just for Mass Effect. It also
What?
has Sims. I mean, so like even if you're just like saying like, oh, EA has like sports games, EA has things that at least I'm interested in. Ubisoft literally has nothing. So even when they were talking about
Oh my God.
it coming to like Game Pass, I was like, I don't care.
Damn, I'm gonna let you go.
They
when
literally
she
have
done.
nothing.
Like I ain't even gonna say nothing. Go ahead, Em. Go ahead.
Like, I don't know. I feel like some of that's wild that she's saying right now, but you know that's her opinion. She could have it, whatever. But Ubisoft games are, in my eyes, like pretty good, but not like showstoppers by any means. The new Far Cry was really fun. I think you're gonna be right about Riders Republic because that game's looking dim right now.
I told you, dude.
I wanted it to be good, but it just is. It's fun, but it's hard to like stick to that game.
The definition of fodder that like 90% of the AAA industry can be like encapsulated in Riders Republic, in my opinion. Sorry, continue.
All right, and then let's see some like Valhalla. I hated that game, but a lot of people loved it.
Ooh.
So I mean, it is kind of what it is. Like I said, it's not.
What's the worst
They're
thing
not.
about Valhalla? Please enlighten us.
For me, it's just like I don't know. It just feels. I don't know. It's the same thing that a lot of people say is wrong with Ubisoft. It just feels like the same game, but it feels like the same game as a lot of other games, and kind of gets old after a little while.
Ubisoft games are great if you like Ubisoft games. I actually said that to someone, not in a bad way. Like, do you like their other games? You'll like this. It's an Ubisoft game. They have a template. They've like kind of perfected it, and that's okay. But I just don't have any interest. They lost me a long time ago. It's like, yay, another iteration. Of Ubisoft game.
I really enjoyed the new Far Cry, but once I hit the end, I got pissed off because that ending was fucking garbage. I was so fucking mad about that ending of that game. I'm trying to think of some other Ubisoft game. The Crew 2. The Crew 2 is a pretty good game, and it's getting a Series S and X and PS5 update. So that's something to look out for. Yeah. So I mean they have some good stuff in there, but I'm kind of leaning towards what Cozy was saying. Like, this isn't really like changing my mind about this service. It's not like jaw dropping. It's just pretty cool. Like, and from what I believe, this Ubisoft Plus thing's coming to Game Pass too. So it's like not. I'm pretty sure it's coming to Game Pass. but I'm
Yes,
not.
it is. It is. It is.
So I mean, I'm already paying for Game Pass, and unless they make the tiers more expensive for whatever reason, why would I switch over to PlayStation and get it there too? Like,
Your
trophies is
export
something I don't
colors
care
are
about.
showing, Ham.
Well,
Your
I already
export
pay
colors
for
are
one thing.
showing.
Why would I cancel my subscription to Game Pass to get less on PlayStation?
Oh
Why
my
would I do that?
goodness.
It's honest.
All right. Well, back to the chat. At JRock says, "I'm just happy to see Game Pass detractors now support a day and date subscription service in Ubisoft Plus." Then that's the thing. They support the day and date on Ubisoft Plus, but not on PlayStation Plus, because they support the devs, even though they're already being paid. But okay, never mind that.
that was
Wait,
that
they're
was.
not getting. Wait, so they're only getting the
Let's see
they're
what you
not
did right
getting the
there.
full version that releases day and date though. They're just getting the version
Sorry,
that
Cozy.
releases older
Cozy,
games, aren't
let's
they?
let's ignore Ham's console warring. You were saying what? What did you say?
Aren't they just getting the version that gives them like a
Whatever.
list of like already been out Ubisoft games?
Exactly.
Not like the newest.
The
I
thing
mean,
is,
I don't care either way.
the
So like,
thing is,
my thing
the
is, I
Ubisoft
don't
Plus
buy
Classic.
EA games.
Go,
I was
go
gonna
ahead,
say
go
I
ahead, go
don't
ahead.
buy EA games, but not because I hate EA games. I hate EA. So I won't support any of their games at all. But it's put in us with a subscription, and it is a perk for me because I'm like, I'm not willing to individually purchase an EA game, but
But you know,
I-
when you play an EA game, even if it's through Game Pass, you're still supporting EA. You do
Yep.
realize that, because
I
those
am,
metrics,
but it's not
those
the
metrics,
same because I'm still going to
those-
be paying for game. I'm paying
No,
for Game Pass
listen.
already.
listen. What happens is those metrics are reported
Mm-hmm.
to Xbox.
I know.
And then that influences the negotiation between the two when the next EA game is gonna go on the service. So when they put Star Wars, the space the space shooting one where you only play as a pilot or as various pilots, when you download that game day one on Game Pass, that is data that EA can now use to negotiate with Microsoft and gain more money from Microsoft when they launch another game on Game Pass.
The
So
reason
I'm
I'm
just saying,
okay with that
if you
is
don't want to
because
support, if you don't want to support EA, then don't install their games. I'm just trying to make you more efficient in your protest.
Well, that's
you
like
know? I
saying don't
stand
play
with you,
Mass
sister.
Effect though, and I can't not do that. Like
Bro.
Exactly,
I'm working on that
exactly.
game right now, and it's what I wish EA would do is drop some of them, like get some backwards compatibility going on, and give me a reason to like you again. Because right now, other than like a handful of games from EA, I just want to punch them in the face. Like I hate their fucking
Wow.
games.
There's so much
I really,
violence today.
I really don't like it, dude. It's just it. Like the
Y'all are
way they
toxic today.
disrespect these sports games is just extremely out of pocket, not fair, and you're charging
Meets
$10
2K, bro.
more. You're charging $10 more, but 2K innovates. 2K's fun. I can't
No,
play
they
with it.
stopped innovating in 2013.
Oh,
Don't
what?
even bring me that
No, yes, they are, because you know what I can do? I can
No.
play with 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 other people at the same time in the same game and have fun. I cannot do that in Madden, but you could do that in the old Maddens the years before. So why did
Oh
they
God,
take
we're
out
talking about Madden right now.
Oh yes, Madden. All
Oh,
those
Breeze.
sports games from EA, they're just disrespectful, man. Like at least 2K gives people a reason to come back and
Stop
has
bashing-
more
Let's stop bashing
camaraderie.
EA for 2 seconds.
Nope, 2K
Let's
has
stop
more
bashing-
camaraderie than fucking any EA game. That's sports wise.
Hey,
So
Ham, just give me 2 minutes.
I
Jeez,
fucking hate
Stank
EA.
Mode says, okay, bruv, just take your medicine. At Stank Mode says, hey, Ubisoft, I don't know if I'm in for that. And he also said, EA is trash, don't blame you, Cozy. Here we go, another EA bashing session to begin. Cozy, you were going to say something
EA
before I
has,
went.
my problem with EA is so like Ubisoft, they literally do not make games I like. EA, they have games that I like, but they just do have such awful practices that it pisses me off.
Right. Thank you.
Okay, so you guys never enjoyed the Assassin's Creed games back in the day? The Ezio
Like
collection?
What did I just
before they
say?
had like
Make
jillion of
backwards
them.
compatibility a thing
Sorry?
like I said earlier, make backwards compatibility a thing more
No,
for
dude.
EA
Ham,
because
Ham,
the
this is
old
the
sports games
strategic
are dope.
move. Ham, this is a strategic move. If you're talking about the games that Ubisoft Plus is going to be on PlayStation Plus Premium, you know what? From now, I'm just calling it Triple P. Fuck it, it's Triple P. The games that Ubisoft Plus is offering on Triple P on launch, you can't judge the service based on that because remember how Game Pass was when it started? It slowly, gets better. The same thing
Okay.
is going to happen with Triple P. They probably have a map for the next 3, 4, 5. I don't think it's a coincidence that none of the Metal Gear Solid games are on the Triple P service. It's not a coincidence. They know what they're doing. When they launch like MGS3, everyone's gonna be like, "Oh my shit!" They probably will put like achievements, remastered a little bit, even though you don't really need to remaster it. And it's gonna take over the internet for like a month, and then they'll go to MGS4 and etc. and put a whole bunch of games, and then maintain the momentum. So when you guys are trashing the games that are on Triple P and Ubisoft Plus on launch, I don't think that's a fair assessment because we all know that they're just creating a runway.
I'm
Go
not
ahead.
trashing what games are there. I'm.
I was trashing
Saying-
EA. I was not trashing Ubisoft near as much.
It's like I was basically saying there's nothing that interests me there. That's different. I literally am very
So you're
much. I
telling
don't
me
really play
you,
Ubisoft games.
you're telling me that no matter what Ubisoft launches,
What
you're good.
would Ubisoft make that I'd like?
No, I'm saying like even backwards compatible games, you don't care about
I
one
don't
game in their
care.
catalog.
Like there are games I've liked in that were made by Ubisoft, but it's been so long. I have a huge backlog. They don't have enough to incentivize me. They don't have any really games that ever really wowed me. Like, oh my goodness, I really love that.
Okay, so I'm gonna throw it to the chat because clearly you two would prefer EA to Ubisoft. Chat, if you had to pick EA or Ubisoft, and you had to pick one of the two, which one? Which one are you taking? Cozy, I'm gonna mute you. Stop influencing the chat. I will mute you. Moving on.
Remember
this
when
one-
Madden was a must-play game?
Christ above.
I mean, their last one got like a 68 on Metacritic, right? Like, or 63. I'm sorry, 63 with a user score of 0.3, 0.3, not 3.0, 0.3.
The game is not a 0.3. That was just people raging on the
Whatever,
on the-
man.
on-
Just because you're
on
willing to
the-
kiss that ass for the silly ass lame story mode that they have in there, where fucking houses end up in the middle of the football field. Then
Wow.
yeah,
Damn.
exactly. If you want to cap for that, go on
Bro.
ahead. But it's disrespectful the way that they're doing these sports games, and it's wild that you don't see it. You're just like, look at the light at the end of the tunnel. This is fantastic. They're working to be better, and it's like, dude, stop giving them roses when they gave you ass.
Jesus. Wow.
Real shit.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead. Get it off your chest so we can move on.
Oh, we can move on right
Wow.
now. I said
You
what I had
good?
to say. Yeah, I said what I had to say.
Jeez. So Cozy, please, for future episodes, now we know EA is a freaking landmine. We're gonna lose like 5 minutes every show as soon as you mention EA. So
Yep.
compare someone else. Just don't bring up EA. Here we go. This one, I think we're all gonna agree on this one.
You're
Fox
muted,
News
girl.
suggests. Cozy,
Oh, sorry.
you there? All right. Okay.
Oopsie.
Sorry. Before I move on, Ed Stankmore says, "Hey, I'd have to pick EA." You see him? You see EA's? Oh, okay. Sorry, he's agreeing with you guys. Okay, whatever.
Yeah,
J
shut the
Rock
hell
also says
up.
I would not
J
trust anyone who
J Rock
would pick.
J Rock also says EA, Mass Effect, Dragon Age, Battlefield, when
I'm just
good,
saying.
and Madden.
There,
Okay, fine.
I would not trust the gaming opinion of anyone who picked Ubisoft over EA.
Well, yeah, I would also pick EA. I was just trying to be contrarian.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Here we go.
It's better, but it's more disappointing at the same time because they have such legendary IP in my
It's the
eyes
lesser-
personally.
I still
the
can
lesser-
never forget how they completely ruined SimCity. SimCity is, I mean, sure we got City Skylines, but it's just like the fact.
Yeah,
But
when
we
they
don't
put
have
in the mandatory internet, that's when I hopped off. I like management games, and I was just like, nope, I miss me with that shit. Okay, here we go. This one's gonna be a bit controversial. At Stackmore says Madden was a must pre-order from 2001 to 2005. True.
The mood.
Facts. Okay,
It was
here we
a
go.
mood.
Yeah, now it's a
Here we
must
go.
dodge. Now it's a must dodge for purchasing.
Fox News suggests mass shootings have gotten so much worse because of violent video games.
Oh man.
And I quote, multiple mass shootings took place in the United States this past weekend. One of these mass shootings happened at a grocery store in Buffalo, New York, where an 18-year-old white male shot and killed 10 people while injuring 3 others. The shooter's alleged manifesto indicates that the attack was racially motivated, a theory that is backed up by the fact that 11 of the 13 victims were black. In a viral clip of the segment, Scott brought up violent video games, and he said, "It seems like these things have gotten so much worse since video games became so realistic and violent," Scott said. Scott then asked Zapor if video games desensitize people to, and I quote, "the actual results of pulling a trigger," close quote. Of course, it's worth pointing out that violent video games are readily available all over the world, yet the US appears to be the only country that really struggles with mass shootings. Ham, go.
Yeah, I don't know about all this. I think this is just wild. I mean, it's the same kind of context of when they brought up, Grand Theft Auto 3 way back in the day. Oh my god, video games are super violent. You got to be careful. Don't let your kids play this and all this stuff. And it's just like, bruh, if you blame in the video game, you just an ass parent, bro. Like, let's keep it all the way 100. Like,
Yeah.
it's just like, how you gonna, bro? You let your kids sit in front of a TV, play games and whatnot. Fine, that's cool. That's on you. But if you don't instill values into your kid, and then they go up and shoot up a school or go shoot up a church or like a bunch of people just randomly, it's such a cop out to say, "Oh, but he is playing Grand Theft Auto Vice City, and that was crazy. Like he went on a mass killing spree in that, and then he drew and then somehow he drew the N-word on the front of his gun and decided to go." I don't think that has anything to do with Vice City, dog. I don't think that has anything to do with video games.
Are you sure?
How many video games are they writing
Maybe the people
obscene
about these
things like
games
that?
haven't played them.
Bro, you're just playing devil's advocate right now. I can tell you that right now. You know damn well that if somebody goes and makes a crazy stunt trying to put a bunch of people in jeopardy of dying just because they feel a certain way, it had nothing to do with the video game in the first place. You had bad ideals from the get-go. You had a horrible family structure from the start. It is so rare for a family that's well kept, put together, really, I mean, even if it's not put together the best, it's rare as hell for somebody to go out and commit a crime like that. You have to have so much hate in your heart to go out and do something wild and bogus as that shit. So that's what I got to say with that.
Okay, Cozy.
So first of all, if you know anything, mass shooting is pretty pretty easy to be categorized as a mass shooting. It's basically 4 people get shot, I think. Isn't it 4 people?
Sorry?
I thought it was just shooting in a
Isn't it
public
like-
place.
I think like they have to be shot, actually hit for it to be a mass shooting.
Okay.
But
10 people died.
But the other thing to think about is, number one, the U.S. has always been a very violent country, very violent, with a lot of extremism, and I think it's like, but they don't ever really want to talk about it, but that's kind of a thing. It has been a thing. And whether it's racial or gang related or whatever, it's like the U.S. has always had these intense violence altercations. It's just
It's cool to be tough. It's cool to be tough in America.
and the mass media has sort of made this seem like it's out of the ordinary and it's a growing problem. But it's always been a problem. It's not a growing problem. It's always been a problem. And there was always some boogeyman to just basically say that. And in addition to that, you have a lot of parents, like Ham was saying, who don't believe in accountability, who don't believe in parenting, who will ignore their children's that there's a problem with their children. Like, you read those stories and it's like, oh, my kid was kicked out of school for violent altercations, and they come back and shoot up the school or something like that. And you're like, and they're like, not my child. Oh my goodness. It's like such a big deal when their kid finally does actually kills people or something. But and then you hear all sorts of stories about a lot of parents who will just make excuses. Like, something like, you hear these stories about these people talking about like, oh, my son was innocent and such a good, and it's like, dude had like a laundry list of like criminal behavior. And you can't look at someone with certain behavior, a history of certain behavior, and just like wave it off, which is a lot of parents sadly do. And then, like, on top of that, you also have people who I don't think there's anything wrong with guns, but, to ignore the signs that there's something wrong with your child, and then make sure that they grow up with access to guns is a huge problem.
Okay, at J-Rock says his manifesto never mentioned games. He clearly outlined what led him to his actions. So they made this connection because they found like a console and lots of hours in it at his house. But the thing is, according to Statista, 36% of the world population plays video games in some way, shape, or form. So phones, tablets, computers, consoles. So if anything happens on the planet, you could technically 1 in 3 of anything that happens, you could say, oh, this is because of video games. So for me, because of how like disconnected it is from the video games, and because of how many people engage in video games, then we might just say like, oh yeah, this happened because this person wears shoes, or this happened because this person breathes oxygen, or this happens because this person is a swimmer. Too many people do it for you to make the direct connection.
A quarter of the people
unless,
that eat
like,
cornflakes are insane.
Exactly. No,
the most insane cereal people eat is Wheaties.
You don't want to be Jordan?
Are we gonna
I
get
could be
into
like
this
Mike.
conspiracy theory?
Like, why are you eating bran flakes? You're like a serial killer.
Do you see this right here? Do you see that right there?
And pour
Cozy?
it in milk.
There is a Wheaties, old Wheaties box I used to have when I was a kid of Michael Jordan on the front of it. Oh yeah. I'm just saying.
Cozy.
Now she's calling me a psychopath.
I had to have celebrities and sports people endorse that cereal because there was no way anyone would eat it otherwise. It was literal, eating
wasn't good.
cardboard flakes.
It wasn't
That's
good.
all Bran Flakes is. I'm sorry. Did you like Wheaties?
after
Do
I
you
put
buy Wheaties?
after I put a pound of sugar in.
Exactly. No one just sits around eating Wheaties. I'm pretty sure it's like the official cereal of serial killers.
Oh my god.
When you can back that up with stats, we can talk. Okay, so let's move the hell on from this debacle. The next one is,
Well,
I
before
don't
you
know where this is
continue,
gonna go.
Matt dropped
Yeah.
a comment.
What? Matt came in
Oh.
before the show finished. Oh my
What?
god!
We got a Matt.
Here we go. Here
We
we
got
go.
a
At Matt
Matt
likes games.
likes games.
Matt says, "Oh, glad I joined in on this topic. Yeah, blaming this on video games is silly. He very clearly explained why he did it. Why he did what he did. That's not games. Dude's just crazy. Yeah, crazy and racist.
No, I think
Go
the thing
figure.
is, to institute that level of violence against anyone, you are not well adjusted. That's a fact. You're no well adjusted, even racist person is going to just institute that level of violence.
Even a racist person would never do that.
No normal, like your average Joe racist
Even
isn't
if
going
they
to be
knew
like,
they could get away with it. Even if they knew they could get away with it.
Yes! Your average person isn't just, I want to go around shooting people. That's not normal.
You have more faith in human beings than me. Continue that way. Yeah, Matt likes games is celebrating being on time. Welcome. Okay, so the next one I think is gonna get a bit spicy, or maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
Oh, spicy.
At Miss Deus Geek, this is a
God.
Xbox ambassador.
You met her. She's really cool.
Statement for this.
Oh yeah, she is. She was actually with me on the early days at GPN, so that was fun. She had an interesting interaction with someone called at Do What You Do 6, who's also an Xbox ambassador.
Oh no!
So here we go. This is a very brief recap. On the 15th of May, Miss Deus Geek said on Twitter, and I quote, okay, and this is in reference to the delay of Starfield and Redfall. She said, to those criticizing Phil Spencer for the Starfield and Redfall delays, please consider: 1, can you lead and manage one of the biggest brands in the world with hundreds of staff and moving pieces? Okay, that first point for me, it's like, that's why they pay him. But anyway, point 2, she says the pandemic has affected everyone. Good point. Point 3, slow and steady wins the race. Yes, Nintendo proves that. Number 4, he's only human. Again, this leads into point number 1, and I think it's like, dude, that's why
Everybody's
they pay you.
human.
I mean, when you sign the
Everybody's
contract, yeah, but when you sign the contract, dude, this kind of gets out the window. It's like, bruh, we signed you to do this, fucking do it, okay? Anyway, moving on. On the 16th of May, at Do What You Do 6 said, he quote tweeted her tweet, so the next day, and he said, I'd like to report at Miss Deus Geek. She has represented Xbox gracefully. When she speaks, she represents the feelings of true Xbox ambassadors and should be respected at all times. So what if she barely plays games? Ambassadors are here to pretend we love gaming. At Miss Deus Geek responded to him same day. I don't quote, I don't have to be a hardcore gamer to be part of the Xbox community. You can be part of the Xbox family in many ways, like supporting others as a friend, answering forum questions, fighting for representation, and of thinking capacity. That, for anyone that doesn't know, that's what ETC means. So yeah, that was a brief breakdown of what happened. Anarchy ensued. A whole bunch of people with PlayStations that hate Xbox opened Outlook accounts and applied to be ambassadors of Xbox, and were approved as Xbox ambassadors. I will share a couple of their tweets. And then what also happened as well is that people started equivocating her tweets by saying, like, for example, I went to the movie, I went, I watched the movie, so therefore I'm now an actor. So, or I went to an NBA game, therefore I am now an NBA player. Equivocating because she mentioned in one of her replies that I couldn't find when I searched.
Uh-oh. Looks like Loke's African internet caught up with them.
Oh.
But anyways.
What do we say?
Oh, what we say, we just talk about the subject until he comes back. But
okay, I mean, I think the entire situation.
Hold on.
Oh, he's back.
She also then reacted saying that she was being harassed by people because they kept taking what she said and then justifying all these false equivocations. Yeah, and then Xbox ambassadors trended for the first time in ages for like the entire week. So yeah, Cozy, go first.
So I'll say several things. I think number one, there are people who I think are legitimate, too pleasant for the internet, for most of the internet. And I think that can sometimes, I think that might be her issue. Number two, I think people, so the whole thing is people don't know what an Xbox ambassador does and is. And so they have like this misrepresentation of what it means. And like the thing is, she's entitled to her statement, but her statement didn't really have much to do with the gaming experience because being like, it's like easy to explain. Being an Xbox ambassador is just basically facilitating a space for positive, welcoming gaming experience within the Xbox community. That's like all it is. It's not some, we are here to, make everything like, oh yeah, brand and stuff like that. It's mostly just like, hey, a lot of times my way of doing it is me just randomly, sometimes people will be looking for someone to play with and they'll look for games and I'll be like, yeah, I'll just go play with this person. And, they'll put like ambassador in their thing and it's like, oh yeah, so then if you see that ambassador, that the person you're playing with will just be some chill person. They're not going to be, they're just some chill person that just wants to play a game. And I mean, really, it's like weird how it's not weird because everything's like that, but it's like gaming for me has always been about let's have fun. So people make it into something so extra when it doesn't have to be. And that's all it is.
Okay, Ham, before you jump in, let's go to the chat for a minute. Clearly this topic is getting everyone. Okay, anyway, at Matt Likes Games says, oh, sorry, it's not Matt Likes Games. It's Nelson Gaming.
Oh.
Oh man, Lo keeps having issues right now, and that's exactly what Matt Likes Games was saying. He said that Texas Wireless, he's running this whole house on it, and it ain't working so good. But I guess I'll just go on ahead and go in since he kind of fell off. I don't know what the hell he's doing. Oh my god, dude, get it together. Get it together.
What is that me?
Xbox ambassador
yeah, dude, you froze.
Not about being a fan of Nelson Gaming.
Okay, Cozy wants to go ahead. Nelson, go ahead.
It really is just about facilitating a pod. Like I was an ambassador before I was really playing a whole lot of Xbox. And the reason it came about was because I was one of those people that would go to like forums and stuff and just answer questions. And like that sort of thing. Like, oh, because people would have questions. Like, I got Game Pass when it first launched, or soon after. When did I get Game Pass? Maybe not when it first launched. No, not when it first launched. I got Game Pass when Sea of Thieves came out, and I didn't even have an Xbox, but I would basically just go there like, ooh, I thought Play Anywhere was cool, and I had like a bum PC, and that's all I played, and I would just help out people. And that's how I got involved with like a lot of like the ambassador stuff. It's not about like being like, oh, a super brand loyalist or like in that. It's just like sort of like just like a chill. The goal focus is the chill and positive gaming experience within the Xbox community.
All right.
Okay. Okay, Nelson. You asked me something on Twitter today, and I said the example didn't fit. So I'm going to expurgate now that we're here, because I think Twitter, I would have to make like an entire thread to get this across. So dig this, bruv. Xbox ambassadors are not. I know the word ambassador can confuse a lot of people. So that's why the first time this thing popped up, I went to the official Xbox page and I took the definition of Xbox ambassadors. So here we go. I'll be brief. Here we go. It says, and quote, this is from Xbox, okay? So don't take your understanding of what ambassadors are. Don't take.
Oh no, man, he's having a hard ass time. And you're muted all the time.
Houston, we have a problem. You see what I did
Your
there?
gaming
You see what I did there?
environment, and above all else,
You know
make
that you
gaming fun
lagged,
for
bro.
everyone.
You lagged, bro. So we didn't get like the
Repeat
last, like,
that
20 seconds.
definition for us.
Jeez. Okay, here we go. Xbox ambassadors.
Great.
Oh, is Cozy off?
No, she's back.
I thought I was on in text.
Continue.
All right, here we go. Xbox ambassadors are more than a community. We are a worldwide network of gamers who celebrate the uniqueness of everyone, promote a safe gaming environment, and above all else, make gaming fun for everyone. When you connect with and are welcomed by that many gamers, it's impossible not to find your own Xbox family. As an Xbox ambassador, you will have the opportunity to join playdates, chat with like-minded gamers, discover new ways to play, and interact with the community your way. If you're interested in making an impact on the Xbox community as an ambassador, we'd love to have you here. I will repeat this again. If you're interested in making an impact on the Xbox community as an ambassador, we'd love to have you. Please, plus one thing is true. Xbox is the best place to play, and the community is what makes this our home so special. So are you in? Become an Xbox ambassador today and start making an impact on your community your way. Here's two quotes from actual and Xbox ambassadors that aren't Miss Deus Geek. As an Xbox ambassador, I contribute to the community by helping gamers worldwide via Twitter and Xbox forums, remaining positive on social media, and by running charity streams and in-store events. This is what I love about the program, the freedom to participate in a variety of ways. This is Eden0032. Another ambassador says, joining the ambassadors was one of the best decisions I could have made for myself. Not only do I have an online family that is supportive, but within this community, I have found a place where my ideas are heard and I am seen for who I really am. This ambassador is called Pandy Yato. I think I butchered that.
All right.
So
Oh my goodness.
This looks and
Cozy.
sounds like cat food.
Oh my God. What is that you're eating?
Oh.
Oh no. Not right now. Not like this, Cozy. Not like this.
They're not hardcore at exactly that.
You logged
Okay?
out.
So-
You lagged out again, so I don't know what you said for like the last 10, 15
Right.
seconds.
Okay. I was saying, in summary, Xbox ambassadors are not hardcore gamers. They're here. Their main function is to cater to the Xbox community. Okay? So Miss Deus Geek does exactly what the Xbox team mandates, and she does it very well. Okay, so please stop false equivocating with these examples that don't fit. That I went to the cinema, so I'm now an actor now because I went to the cinema. Obviously, you don't want people that say things like that. But first, before you tear someone down, saying that they're pretending to be something, first try and find out what that something is, and then you can say whether they measure up to that or not. Don't look at the title of that something and then come up with your own definition of what that something is. Okay? Xbox ambassadors are not hardcore gamers. Xbox doesn't believe that, and the ambassadors don't believe that, and it says that on their main page. Focus on that rather than all the vitriol you're seeing online. Ham, sorry. Please give your side of this one.
The best I can really say is she kind of stepped on a landmine. Like she thought this is gonna sound like she thought shit was sweet, but it wasn't at the moment. Like straight up, she had all the right to say what she said, just like everybody has the right to say what they say on Twitter, right? But when you have a certain amount of clout, a certain amount of people following you, when you say something where there's a lot of pushback by the community, unfortunately, people are gonna start trolling you. And you know, like if you have a name that's out there and you say something that a lot of people don't disagree with, I mean that a lot of people disagree with, oh yeah, you're gonna get it. And unfortunately, I mean, I even disagreed with her, but I was thinking, man, if I disagree with her and I tell her straight up on her tweet, like, hey, I respectfully disagree, that's me. There's a ton of people that don't have real profile pictures. There's a ton of people that don't have their name on there. They don't. They are literally there to just bring you down.
Yep.
But the kind of issue that she kind of had was like, a lot of people are disappointed. You're essentially telling me, yo, man, it's okay, and like everyone's like, dude, this is it's shit. Like like it sucks. You're not acknowledging it, so I feel like you're over defending this right now, and I had a little issue with that with some people throughout Twitter and stuff like that, because I didn't like argue. I didn't pull up their gaming history because I just don't care. I mean, at the end of the day, what's that information going to do for me except make me look like an asshole? So, I mean, I'm not exactly a big fan of a bunch of people saying, "Oh, it's okay, we'll get it next time." No, the Xbox messaging has been kind of bumpy for a long time, and people are starting to get really tired of it. Dude, we didn't tell you, hey, you need to drop this right now or else we're leaving your ecosystem. Bro, Xbox, for Starfield particularly, I mean, everybody kind of had a good feeling that Redfall was going to get delayed. But Starfield, bro, you put the release date in the trailer. And now people are standing up and saying, it's not that big of a deal. Delays are good. And it's like, wait a second. It has nothing to do with the Starfield delayed. It has nothing to do with the Redfall delayed. It has to do with a little bit of Starfield, a little bit of Redfall, Halo, Initiative, Everwild, Last Generation. It has to do with all of that just shoved into one box, and then like I said, you put that in your trailer, and a lot of people are going to be like, oh, bro, we were holding you accountable because you got us up off of our seat once again. And while I'm standing, you say, come back next time. And you're like, oh, you got me again.
Amity is right.
Okay,
I didn't.
let's go to the chat because it's popping off that side. But before we do, Ham, remember I told you that I was happy about Starfield. I'm still happy that it got delayed because that creation engine is a demon from hell. In my opinion, Xbox needs to scrap the entire game, put it on Unreal Engine 5, and release Starfield in 2025. That's my opinion.
So
Let's go to the chat real quick. Hang on, Cozy. You can dress me down after I finish with the chat. Nelson says you weren't saying you've been playing this game though, and saying you're doing things and giving impressions on things you didn't do, bruv. This thing needs to stop. Okay, people need to be able to talk about things that they haven't played, talk about places that they haven't been to. Because if we go down this road, no one will be able to say anything. Like me, for example, I can't talk about anything that happens in America because I've only stepped foot in Orlando, Florida twice in my life, and that was it. I have never been anywhere else in America. If we're gonna follow this, let's stop doing they said we said, because we just talked about a mass shooting in Buffalo. I wasn't there. I've never been there. There's a good chance I'll probably never go there. Okay? This thing where you need to have experienced everything personally for you to give a comment needs to stop.
That's
Because
true.
if we follow it all the way, you are not going to enjoy it. Moving on. Matt Likes Game says it's just unsettling how people piled on her for something as silly as this. It's okay to disagree or not like her, but this bullying stuff is weird to me. Yeah, agreed. Nelson says, my wife is a gaming fan and a God of War fan. She's painting my face like Kratos for Ragnarok release. That don't make her a gamer. Fair point. If she's never played any video game in her life, she's not a gamer. But if she's played Tetris, Nelson also said it's not about the ambassadorship at all. I think you're missing the point. She talks about experiences and promotes games and talks about things she has no experience doing. Again, bruv. Again. Like, I love Manchester United. I talk about Manchester United like I've been to Old Trafford every week for the last, 20 years. I've never seen Old Trafford like with my own eyes. But I will fight anyone on Twitter, on Facebook about Manchester United. Should I now be like, okay, Manchester United, I'm shutting my mouth because I have never experienced Old Trafford live. I've never touched that hallowed soil. So it's not real. Anyway, again, Too Big says I made it. Yes, you did, bro. Welcome, welcome.
Welcome.
Ed
That's very
Nelson says
sorry for you.
Ed Nelson says you've been completely missing what people are up in arms about. Seriously, well, I guess that's your opinion. It's fair. Too Big says just pretend I was on time. Yeah, we're gonna do that, bro. Matt Likes Games. Jesus Christ, Cozy, laughing my ass off.
So she is eating some of
Nelson,
that food.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
nasty. It tastes really. It's
No
not
way.
like the same meat as the other meat.
What?
It's really
What is
salty
it?
and really grainy.
What is
is
it?
The other one tastes like ground up corned beef. This tastes like a ham salt lick.
Okay, I don't know what that is. Nelson says yes, yes, they are shields, not gamers. We know that's not what people are talking about. What are they talking about? Because all I see is false equivocations. Matt Likes Game says, I'm just confused on where she ever claimed she was a hardcore gamer. She's literally just, thank you, thank you.
You know what?
Nelson
You
says,
know what?
yes.
And she said that on Behind Them Sticks when I had her on the show. She was like, "Hey, I
Exactly.
play a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but I mostly watch my boyfriend play games." That's what she told
Thank
me
you.
on the show. So
Thank
it's
you.
not it's not her fault that you didn't do your research and
Your
understand where she's
homework.
coming. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Where she and all the Xbox ambassadors are coming from. Ed Nelson says she has podcasts talking about she put all these hours into this game and it's the best game ever, barely played it or didn't. Yeah, if that happened, that is, oof, that's a big L. Nelson says, big time. You can work for Pepsi and sell the product and not like cola, but don't tell me it's your favorite drink in the world. Come on now. Okay, I don't know how that fits. Nelson
I think
says,
the
I
other thing
call.
is the
Okay, go ahead,
conversation
Cozy.
about a favorite thing is you don't have to engage with your favorite thing nearly as much as people. Your favorite thing doesn't mean it's. There are some lovely experiences. Like I would say, for example, Journey is one of my favorite games. I played that game twice. I'm never gonna touch it again. But I would recommend it to everyone, and it's literally one of the favorite experiences I've ever had.
And if you don't get the platinum on Journey, does that mean that you can't talk about it?
Uh-oh, he froze! He froze! I'm imagining that I'm
he finished.
poking him in
He
his
finished
nose.
the
I'm
question.
booping him.
He
What?
finished the question though.
Oh. No.
Well, there you go. I mean, I like what J Rock said in the chat just now. He said, I mean, we've had presidents that have no political background. And that's very true. So, like, if you're mad about this, then you must have been irate when, like, I don't know, what was it, like Ronald Reagan was in office and Trump and all these other people that had, like, no experience, really. I mean, they've told people what to do and where to go, but that doesn't mean that you're a president. Or material, for one. But anyways, Loke, you back? No. Man, he's been having... Yeah, bro's been having a really hard time this evening with this.
Like the wood knots in the ceiling.
Yep. Extra tough.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess maybe because I play a lot of games that I really love. Like, for example, I played one Viva Pinata. I always show for Viva Pinata. It wasn't even on my account. I'm never going to go back. So if someone looked at my account, they'd be like, well, you didn't even play Viva Pinata. And
I'm wondering, yeah, I'm just going to leave it like it is because he'll be right back here in a few seconds. I'm wondering particularly, like, damn. Yeah, I'm wondering particularly if he, because you said that that this person didn't really play the game, but are we talking about Quake? Because I remember there was a whole thing about how she didn't really play Quake and it was her favorite game or one of her favorite games. Are you referring to that, Loke? Because we have to remember that game's been out for a long time.
It's a dinosaur game.
So you could have enjoyed that way before Gamerscore was around.
Yeah, way before Gamerscore, way before
Road Rash 2 is one of my favorite games that I'll never touch again, and there's literally no history of me playing it. What does that matter?
Metal Gear Solid 1, Metal Gear Solid 1, Metal Gear Solid 2, Metal Gear Solid 3.
Live the life of Sea of Thieves, and so a lot of my gaming history is non-existent. So I think it's like this, like, show me your proof. Like, I don't really have, like, a whole lot of proof of all the games. I just have the experience. You have the experience of enjoying that thing. And it can be your favorite thing or one of your favorite, like, top recommendations that you give to people. And you're like, yeah, I'm never going to touch it again. But that doesn't mean it didn't feel... In fact, I think it's rare for me to actually replay a game.
Well, let's look at most commercials. Most commercials, the people in those commercials are not using the products that much. They stand by the products. They get, some sort of, incentive for, posting and advertising it and whatnot. But not all of them are like diehard fans of the things that they're not diehard using what they preach about. Which is, it's on you. At the end of the day, it's your experience, not mine. I'm not going to tell you how to experience something and how to tell me how it was. Like, if you want to give your opinion on it, it is what it is. But at the same time, she has to understand where, her following, the reach that she has, the people that could slide into DMs or, you know, add your name to a post. I mean, like I said, she kind of stepped on the landmine a little bit. She kind of brought it onto herself, unfortunately. But at the same time, it's kind of like, damn, you guys, like, chill. But that's the internet.
But
you
I
already
wanna
know what
address
the
that.
internet is. The internet is bad.
Ham, I would like to address that. I'd like to address that. Ham, was it really a bad thing that she stepped on this mine? Like at the end of it, right?
What it does
Xbox
for me is it just
ambassador.
exposes more people, but other than
I
that,
think
like, yeah, to me it was bad. It was bad for her. Maybe a win for her down the line because it's like, oh man, maybe I might get noticed by, you know, somebody else, or, you know, I mean, like, sometimes the pity game works a little bit in your favor at the end of the day. But what I'm saying is, as of right now, I don't think it's really benefiting her that much. Like, I mean, it's cool that, like, Aaron Greenberg and, like, a few other people stood up and were like, yo, like, this is ridiculous. Because it was ridiculous. It was 100% ridiculous. But at the same time, it's like, man, you put yourself in a bad spot, and now we have to speak up. Because
Okay.
because if anybody doesn't need defending, it's Phil Spencer. He does not need anybody to defend him. And you're muted again, Cozy. Good lord, just keep it unmuted.
Am I muted? Or
You
is my
were?
mic just not working as well?
No, it's
No,
working
it's
now.
working. It's working. It was just me.
I think. No, it wasn't muted. I think it's just like not as sensitive after it restarted. Oh well, whatever.
You probably muted it with your lip.
You know what? You just have a big lip. Yeah, big lip.
You big lip
okay.
beast.
Oh no. No. Listen, I don't know if you guys addressed this. I don't know if you'd address this, but Nelson Gaming said if you can lie, you have a political experience.
Every time Loke gets to talking about something, he just cuts right out. It's fantastic.
Yep.
Yep. I'm going to tell him to go ahead and wrap it up because he's not having a good time. And it's making this stream really hard to do right now. So, unless he can...
That's what she said.
Yeah,
Wrap it
real
up.
hard. Look, you are
I'm
cutting
okay.
out
Wrap it
so
up.
bad. You are cutting out so
Yeah.
bad.
I'm switching the provider now. Just give me a minute.
Oh, you have 2 internet services? Dang.
Yes.
Must
Oh
be
my
nice.
god, 2 internet services? What are you doing in there?
They're both shit. So
Can you stop sniffing that, Cozy? Can you please stop sniffing that?
It's just so weird because it's so gross.
Well, then
That
why are
chat
you
is
shoving it
enjoying-
up your nose?
Because it smells weird too. Smells like cat food.
Well, J-Rock said
Cat
Road
food
Rash
can't
Jailbreak
work
was fire,
comparison.
which he ain't lying. That game was fire. I love that game.
Wait, what game?
Road Rash Jailbreak. I think it was for like the
I'll be right
original
back.
PlayStation and whatnot. It was a really good game. Really fun. And then Nelson
be right
Gaming
back.
says Top Gear, LOL. J-Rock says
Top
she
Gear.
caught Heat protecting Phil Spencer over something he himself said wasn't acceptable. And exactly, thank you, J-Rock, because I've said this on other podcasts before. It's like, bro, you don't need to protect Phil Spencer, A. And B,
Yep.
like, and this drove me nuts because so many people that I've done podcasts and stuff with are just like, oh, it's fine. At least it's not a broken game. And it's just like, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I mean, like, I'm happy that it's not going to be broken on launch. For God's sakes, I wouldn't want to play it, right? I mean, it's just like Cyberpunk. When that came out broken, I put that game away until they said it was fixed. Until they completely dropped the X and S patch. I was done with that game. But, yes.
Okay,
He
so
himself
now
said it's... I'm talking just a sec. He himself said it was an issue that Xbox has had in its, continuing to plague them a little bit. It is what it is, and it's really weird that people are like defending something when somebody, when the perpetrator, or I mean, the person that we want to call the perpetrator,
Right over the organization.
literally said,
Damn, that sounds like a criminal.
right. but it's just weird that people are like this dude could have said, yo man, I'm guilty of the crime, and everybody was like, the crime wasn't that bad. And it's like, bro, what are you talking about? He just said that you did something bad, and he's telling you to acknowledge it. He's telling you to, hey, I acknowledge it, so should you. And then people are like, oh no, I don't believe it. It's not that bad. And like,
Yeah,
it's not that bad for.
I wouldn't have
Go ahead.
said that. I mean, I guess I don't also believe in shilling for any person who makes more money than me. But I don't know. I think a lot of it's like both. I disagree with what was said and disagree with the reaction to it. But I also it was mostly more annoying because there was like a lot of misinformation and misunderstanding surrounding what the ambassador program is, and that was my bigger issue.
Yeah. Okay, so here's a couple of the false equivocations for us to laugh at. Here we go. At Puerto Rock 77 _ said, so yeah, I'm a game developer. I never actually developed the game, but I seen it done on YouTube. So yeah, if any of you come at me that you're just toxic spreading, then you're just toxic spreading negativity. Just respect and accept that I'm a game developer. That's it. Stop gatekeeping. This one was the weirdest one for me. Very, very weird example, guys. And
dude, the example doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense because what you're saying is she's never played a video game, essentially.
Pretty much.
She's an ambassador, so that doesn't add up.
That's why I used the example when Nelson was talking about his wife. I was like, yeah, you can say she's not a gamer, but if she's ever touched Tetris in her life for like 2 seconds, bruh, by definition, right? Unless we're now have a new definition of just gamer. By definition, she's a gamer.
Just like if you drink a beer, just like if you drink a beer and get in the car, you drinking and driving, right?
I'm a game dev.
I'm just trying to equate it to like,
Exactly.
what he's saying. What he's saying is you have to have done a mass amount to qualify to speak. When in reality, like things like drinking one beer and getting behind a wheel is still considered drinking and driving. It's still the same thing.
Thank you.
So yeah, I get what you're saying, bro.
But here we go. This one is gonna be the worst one you've read. I don't know if you saw this one, guys. This one comes from Yugiro Frosthamner. He's my buddy on Twitter, but I was like, this is weird as fuck. He said, and I quote, imagine going to a gang fight and they ask you who your OG is or who jumped you in the gang. And you say, no one. I have no OG. I used to watch South Central and the Tukey Williams story. I'm thorough in these streets. Bro.
It's a horrible example. That is a horrible example.
Where do you find these?
Where does Loke find his internet? It's a better question.
I know.
Dude, it's Discord. It's Discord. I forgot to reinstall it today. For real. It must be Discord. Because my internet's fine. Oh yeah, also another interesting piece. The guy at Do What You Do 6, the one that instigated all of this, he actually got banned from Xbox Ambassadors program.
Well, like, look at that take. You don't want that guy to be an ambassador.
I mean, the other thing is that was my entire thing. Then people were like joining Xbox Ambassador, like kind of like out of spite and malice, and I was like, you do realize that's the exact opposite of what the program is about. That's like, like it's the exact opposite. Like people don't join.
The crazy thing for me was finding out that the ambassador program has no criteria. So everyone got in. But then they also all of like most of them got kicked out right after because people kept reporting them, and then
I mean,
whoever's running the thing.
that's the thing. Like, it's like, but I mean, there have been people who joined it and were like, "Oh, that seems like a fun thing to do," and I was like, "Yeah." Like, 90% of what I do now as an ambassador is just sending good game messages and joining look for games. That's like pretty much all. But once upon a time, it used to be more than that. But it's sort of like wild that people were joining it and being like, "Oh man, haha!" Like it's some sort of gotcha. Like, okay.
Okay, so last example. At Twitch underscore all man says, if I watch a UFC fight, does that make me a professional UFC fighter?
I mean, that's a completely different thing. Like, you can be a gamer, not a pro gamer.
At Madlax Game says, that's my alt account. Shut up, man. Shut up. Oh man. Okay, guys. I think we've covered this one enough. We can move on, right?
Yeah, we gotta wrap it up actually because here in like 13 minutes I gotta go pick up my daughter.
All right.
Oh, yeah. You have to go find your daughter.
Let's skip the 505 games showcase because that was bad. Like it was 3 games. It was 3 games, guys. It was 3 games. You can't have a show. I'm sorry. Let's agree, guys. 3 games is too little, and then call it a showcase. Come on. Can we agree on that?
Well, it's a direct.
Yeah.
Man, it was 3 games. Anyway, game predictions. Okay, first let's start with the results from last week. Vampire the Masquerade Swan Song. Cozy said it would come up with an 83 on Metacritic. Ham said 79. The actual result was 69, so Ham gets this one.
Well, you cheated. Ham cheated.
Hey, all I gotta say to Nelson Gaming is because he said, yes, you are an MMA fighter. I watch it too. I'm a contender. You know what? So was Nate Robinson. He is a boxer, right? Bro, Nate Robinson got slept in world speed versus who was it? Like Jake Paul or Logan Paul?
That was rough.
I mean, a lot of people are more than what you think.
The whole professional thing doesn't work because, like, just because that'd be more equivalent to saying, like, I watch games. So, like, just because you don't do something professionally doesn't mean you don't do it. Like, I practice martial arts.
Oh.
I'm not an MMA fighter.
Leave the Xbox ambassadors thing alone. Come on, guys. We done did it already.
Here we go.
What's next? What's new, pussycat? Whoa. What's new, pussycat? I'll stop.
Well, you might as well continue to go because Locust froze again. He always froze.
Pussycat, I love you.
Okay, that's enough. You can stop now.
Okay.
Okay.
Hello?
Yeah.
All right.
Yep,
The next one is a photography game. Cozy said 67.
Oh my
Ham
goodness.
said
This
7.
is like pulling teeth, Loke. This is like pulling teeth. Trying to get your internet stable.
Anyways, let's move on to the game. Dude, I don't know what's happening today. I'm telling you, it must be Discord. I forgot to reinstall Discord today. My bad. Here we go. Game predictions. Nino Kuni Crossworlds coming out on PC, iOS, and Android. Cozy, what's your Metacritic prediction?
I will say, is it made by Level 5?
Didn't check. It's a 2D action
the people
RPG.
that made the other ones. I'm going to say a 77.
Okay, 77 Ham.
73.
Okay. Sniper Elite 5 coming out for all consoles and PC on May the 26th. Cozy.
79. No, 82.
17.
God dang it.
Awfully specific. Okay. Ham.
I was gonna say 83. I'm sticking with it. Fuck it.
All right. 83. Snow Runner. PlayStation 5, Xbox Series consoles. Cozy.
79.
79. Ham.
75. Matt's tripping.
75. Okay. What do you say?
He said Sniper Elite 5, 98. Oh my god.
79.
Oh man.
I can do
You
ASMR
said
while we
what?
wait.
I don't even remember what the question was now.
No, you're saying Matt's tripping. What do you say?
He said Sniper Elite 5 is a 98.
I mean, could be.
Man.
It could be. It could be, but it's
I'm
just
actually-
highly unlikely.
I'm putting him down. I'm putting him down for that one.
There you go. That's worse
If
than my
this is
Trek to
lower
Yomi
than a
pick.
90. Yeah, man, 95. Whew. Okay.
He said
let's
98.
see. Let's see. Okay, now he's just trolling.
No, that's what he said the first time was 98.
Oof, damn, 98.
Yep,
Okay.
that's
Game
how
of
he
the
wants
year.
to
Here we
live.
go. Here we go.
On
Here
the
we
wild
go.
side.
One more
Okay.
time. Everybody.
Notable tweets. I'm just gonna pick one. At Jabari says PS Plus is better than Game Pass.
Oh my god.
Cool. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion.
You know what? Sure.
Once again, I'm just gonna say it's funny when Xbox had the subscription service. It was support the devs this and subscriptions are horrible that. As soon as PlayStation did it all, now it's fantastic. Okay. Okay, we're gonna have to skip quiz time because Ham needs to go, and I am bugging.
Because Ham is a child.
Yeah, and my internet is ass today. No, my Discord is ass today.
It really is.
Yeah.
It's the worst.
So next
Alright,
week,
whatever.
I might have canned bread, you guys.
Oh my god.
What?
That sounds so disgusting. Oh
I
my God.
want to see
bread.
this canned bread. I've never even heard of it. You can can bread.
Canned
Yeah.
bread.
Yeah, you can. I've
Wow.
heard of it. It's
Raisins.
disgusting looking.
Okay, I want to watch that for real. Like no jokes. I want to watch that.
Well,
And
if you want to
breads.
see
So-
Cozy's Attic, be here next week at 4 p.m. Eastern. All right. Well, I'm going to close it out because Loke just keeps freezing up. Thanks everybody
All
for
right,
showing.
everyone.
Yeah, thanks everybody
Thank
for showing.
you.
Oh my
You know,
god.
I'm glorious and I'm the best.
You're the worst. You're the worst. Just like the food that you're eating is the worst.
I am going to have canned bread.
All right, Ham, take us out, man.
I'm trying. All right. Well, thanks everybody. Thanks for everybody for stopping by. Go on ahead and hit that like button before you take off. Show that support. It really helps us
Sorry
out
about my
a
internet.
lot. Yeah, you should be apologizing because that was some bullshit. But anyways,
Yeah.
Anyways.
I'll do the PlayStation guys, I'll just bow like this for like 5 seconds.
Oh my god. Anyways, hit that subscribe button if you enjoy this type of content. We'd love to see you guys come back, especially the chat. That was really fun. Even on the argumenting sides of everything, we don't have to agree on everything. That's not the point of having conversations. The point of having conversations is getting to the center of the issues and whatnot. But anyways, you're more than welcome to check us out next week. Like I said, 3 p.m. Central, 4 o'clock Eastern, and then Behind Them Sticks is gonna be Tuesday and Thursday, like every other week. This Tuesday we have John Linneman from Digital Foundry coming on, so that will be a really exciting show. And then Thursday we have John Wolf as well, really dope dude that is regularly on the Double Barrel Gaming channel. So definitely come back, check it out, learn a little bit more about the people that you follow or the people that you may want to follow within gaming. And if you want to check out Loke, let them know where they can check you out.
Yep.
Oh, he froze. Cozy, go on
Bye.
ahead.
Well, yeah. I got a new dead animal picture.
Oh my God, I
Picture.
said tell them where they can find you, and you're talking about dead animal pictures.
I have an Instagram called Dead Animal
You can find
Diary.
Cozy on the side of the road. You can find Cozy on the side of the road with that dead dog that you ran over yesterday. Cheers.
Those are facts. All right. Anyways, Cozy.
Bye.
All right.
Oh.
Anyways,
I'm findable at Cozy Beluga. Any place there's a Cozy Beluga. If there's not a Cozy Beluga, that's me.
I'm still bowing about my incident. I'm still bowing.
Yeah.
yeah.
Cozy.
Well, you just glitched in so we could see it, the top of your big ass forehead. All right.
ASMR.
And man, throw some lotion on that thing, bruh.
Bite me.
All right, you guys. Y'all have a wonderful evening. I'm going ahead and cutting it. Have a good night.
Okay.
All right.
Gee, Hamothy.
And, man, throw some lotion on
Guys,
that thing,
my
bruh.
Discord betrayed me. I swear I started it and I thought it was fine. It was